Let's start with Detroit. The Motor City has officially gone bust.
Back to Detroit now, the biggest U.S. municipal bankruptcy in history.
As you may know, the Detroit public school system is a shambles.
Owing more than $18 billion in debt, Motor City officially filed for bankruptcy just moments ago.
Probably the lowest point was when we were bankrupt and our mayor was inevitably heading to jail, and we were perpetually winning the Worst City of the Year awards and highest crime rate awards and highest insurance rates because your cars are going to get stolen awards. Every bad award you could basically give, we got.
It was a city in ruins. Detroit, once booming with a population of 1.8 million people, shrunk to a town of just 700,000. An auto industry that once sustained the city, needing a government bailout of $25 billion. Neighborhoods deserted and a downtown turned into a modern-day ghost town. A year and a half after Detroit filed the largest municipal bankruptcy in U.S. history, roughly $17 billion, Yahoo News was there on the historic day they managed to successfully exit.
You know, ironically, we're coming out of this bankruptcy here, the largest municipal bankruptcy ever, and you know, people would think, well, you know, the city's in bankruptcy, the last shoe fell. There was nothing lower that could happen, nothing worse that could kind of go wrong.
That was the old Detroit, and this is the new. Today, business is on the rebound. And prominent Detroit-based investors like Dan Gilbert, CEO of Quicken Loans, which has more than 100 companies under its umbrella, are stepping up.
When I think of Detroit, I think of GM. I don't think of this Silicon Valley like office space that you have.
Yeah, there really is a technology center here that's growing every day. About 110 new technology companies probably in the last 3 years alone. There's one block called the Madison block in Madison Building where it's sort of an entrepreneurial incubator, if you will. And then it used to be, you know, don't even go near there, you worry about safety. Now it's sort of, there's this intrigue because of, you know, the word's gotten out and the reality on the ground. And, you know, it's nice to know that at least there's some intrigue. People like you are showing up.
That intrigue has business flocking to a once deserted downtown Detroit. 4 years ago, when Gilbert moved his company's headquarters to the abandoned city, he brought 1,300 employees into buildings that were only 20% full. Fast forward to today, downtown office buildings are 95% occupied, and construction in the now chic downtown can't keep up with demand. High-rises are transforming left and right, as was once a crime-ridden ghost town is turning into a modern-day metropolitan gem. Billions of dollars have been invested, and Wall Street is paying attention to the revival, including some of its biggest titans.
And you've had a lot of interest from people like Warren Buffett.
Yeah, they're coming in sort of daily. Actually, Warren Buffett's going to be here next week again. We just took Madonna through the other day, and we're taking a lot of people through, you know, well-known people and not well-known people.
As a crowd of school children gathered around the city's newly constructed ice skating rink, we sat down with the famed author of The First Phone Call from Heaven, journalist and the unofficial Detroit ambassador, Mitch Albom.
What people may not realize is when you come to the downtown and there are apartments going up left and right here and they're all sold out, and they're mostly young people who are starting out or coming out of college or they want to get a cheap apartment and the rents are low here.
And what can you tell our viewers about this city that they may not know?
There's a perception about Detroit that it has a real race issue. And I think that that's a lot of people looking at numbers and looking at geographics. So what they see is they see a city that's 86, 7, 8% black. And they saw Eminem's movie 8 Mile. I got your back. And 8 Mile is the dividing line between the end of the Detroit border and the suburbs. And there's a perception that no one ever crosses over. The truth that people don't understand is that down here, and in all the areas where the new apartments are going up, race is like the last thing that anybody's concerned about.
And what about the reputation the city has nationwide? Do you think it's fair?
No, I don't think that it's fair. I think that it's improving. And I think in a weird way, Detroit is becoming very chic.
It's not all perfect yet. Just blocks away, homes and businesses are blight, with hundreds of millions of dollars from the bankruptcy dedicated to removing the abandoned structures in an effort to give the forgotten parts of the city a chance to start over.
It's not going to overcome the decades of sort of reputation that people, or the images that people have seen in their minds. So the main thing I always try to get across to everybody, just get here. Just get people here for a couple hours. Don't tell them about it on the phone, or don't write about it. Until you're here and can feel it and see it, you're not going to understand how exciting the opportunity is.